If you all would turn your attention to the screen over here, everyone watching will notice that this is the border we've been using for now 20 episodes, but tonight that gets to change. This is now the way our episodes will look moving forward.
Wow.
I like that.
That's super cool.
I made that.
Pickles did that, and it looks super rad. So it also allows for the cameras to be a little bit bigger, a little more zoomed in, which is nice.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So moving forward, we're doing that.
I feel naked.
I'm scared of
I
change.
didn't even realize I don't have my robe on.
Oh, yeah. You don't.
Will Merlin even sit in your lap?
Oh,
Without
no.
the robe?
Yes.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was going to say, you've done this before. You absolutely will.
So, last time, the Bludgeoneers had a lot to deal with. The Olive Pit hideout was on fire and seemingly under attack. As you all head down to see what was going on, you saw Kindness and Allison Keenspirit battling it out with some cultists amongst the flames. Things only seemed to go from bad to worse when you were told that Dalrin went down in his office. And then got even worse still when Garuk was nearly waylaid by a new enemy. An Orthon, waiting invisibly, attacked, revealing itself as your next adversary. Then, the now present summoning circle you'd all seen before began to glow, spewing forth yet another devil for you all to deal with. After a fierce battle and an enlarged spell cast on Gorna, she and Finnegan made their way into Dalrin's office to retrieve him from the burning wreckage and get him to safety. Now with the battle over, the fires extinguished and everyone's safe for now, a very heated conversation took place. It was agreed upon that you would all meet with the Vulcan Authority there at the Olive Pit and reveal exactly what's been going on. I think last we left off, you were all heading to bed.
Seems kind of obvious.
And as you all are laying there for just a little bit, Finnegan, you hear a knock on your door.
Somebody had ahead of you.
Enter. I'm reading a book, but it's like upside down or something.
The door opens up and it's Dalrin. And he's also holding a book under his hand. Or under his arm. And he steps in and he says, Finnegan, do you have a moment?
Sure.
Shuts the door behind him. He pulls a stool over and he sits down on it. He turns to you. He says, Finnegan, I don't think you're a racist. But there's some things that I think that need clearing up here. Do you know anything about tieflings?
Not really. I didn't intend to be, disrespectful.
Our people were hunted and persecuted here on Exandria. Very greatly in the time of Arcanum to now being less so. Now we are very well accepted members of society. Back then, though, they would call us things like devil men because of our infernal blood. We were not welcome, and in some cases, we were seen as a blight to be wiped off of Exandria. There are still extremists out there who would see that happen today. And he hands you a book. The title of the book says Demons, Devils, and the Blood War. The author is, it says, written by the Mad Mage of Mount Veritok. He says, I have a feeling that information on these sorts of things is going to come up a lot here in the near future, given what's happened out there. Make an insight check for me.
Oh. 6.
6. Dalrin looks tired.
I would imagine so.
Like, even 6 is pretty low, but you've spent some time with him now to notice that he seems overall tired. He says, Finnegan, I've been doing this a long time. I am 62 years old.
Don't look a day over 30.
I appreciate that. It takes a lot of effort. And in my many years of doing this, I have not kept that many close to me. I feel that it's important to make amends with those that you feel may be important to you.
Wise.
Please come back sometime.
Of course. This place has turned into a bit of a home. I would consider it.
That makes me very happy to hear.
It's nice here when it's not on fire.
I would agree. That rifle you carry. You're brave. You're very brave to keep it. And I do mean that.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it. If it might be important.
Fidget Honeybottom. Set you up for failure with that. But
I don't want to believe that.
oh, you trust me, I've known the man for a while. You can count on it. However, if you'd like to find him, he's in Kalnora.
I'd heard something about maybe he'd be there.
You'll find him in the City of Tears. And
Interesting.
you could probably convince him to, if nothing else, supply you with a bit more ammo for it, a bit better information on it.
I do feel like he owes me something.
You could also possibly just throttle him about the neck a little
Well, there's no pride in...
bit. It would feel so good.
You know,
Anyway.
either way, I still... It's hard for me to be mad at him. I feel like there must have been a desperate situation.
He was desperate to get away from the Dravens who want that rifle desperately.
Yeah,
And
I don't blame him. Then.
they have the Paladin order at their disposal and could rightly come and take it from the poor old man whenever they wanted. So, he pawned it off on you.
Well, as far as I know, it's safe. And not many people know about it, and I'd like it to stay that way.
That's for the best.
I avoid flashing it, pulling it out, at the very least. Whipping it out, one might say.
In cities, it's best to keep it put away. If you go whipping it out, you could get in trouble.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Some people don't take kindly to that sort of behavior.
You'd think that it would. It's Galen. No, not into that sort of thing. Get some sleep.
You too. Appreciate the book.
Oh,
Can I
yes.
open it up upside down?
So he shuts the door and you open it up. What languages do you...
Just common and halfling.
Common and halfling? You open the book and at first the pages are blank. And then, as you stare at it for a second, you do see words start to form on the pages, almost like they're being written as your eyes move across it. But they're not in a language you understand. Do you keep going?
I'll skim to see if there's anything I recognize, I guess.
You keep going, you keep skimming, and the words continue to form, and you start to hear almost like a voice in your head. You keep going? Okay.
I'm gonna maybe consult my friends on this.
So you shut the book, and the...
That's good. That's a relief. That is weird. Usually when I hear a voice in my head, it's Winrin.
That's fair.
Yeah, I guess it was late already, right? So
Yeah, it was. It was pretty late.
I'll just store the book and call it an evening.
Okay. So you all find sleep for the evening. Is there anything anyone would like to do before they go to bed for the evening? Anything you didn't get to take care of?
Could I attempt to sneak upstairs to see if Stabbert is still tied up there?
You get to the top. You see that they have gotten the door shut again. But if you would like to, you can open it back up and go up there to see if see if anyone's around.
Yes.
Go for it. You get to the top of the steps. Make a perception check.
18 Perception is +2, so dirty 20.
30-20. He's nowhere to be seen in the olive pit itself. Looking out the window, you notice that the streets are pretty much empty. The crowd has all dispersed. You can also notice that a lot of the olive pit itself has soot and smoke stain all over it from where the smoke had been billowing out from the open secret entrance for quite a while. I would also say with a 20, you do notice rather large rabbit-like footprints that lead to the front door.
Are there any other footprints near the rabbit footprints? Like, maybe, I guess, like if somebody had let him out?
With the 20, I'd say you definitely see other footprints of people that work there, like the waitstaff who've been trying to get some things cleaned up and get the crowd dispersed. But it doesn't look like any one set of footprints would have been walking beside this thing in the specific line. You get the idea that the smoke may have been aggravating it, so it left.
Like it chewed its lead and left?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
There's a Stabbert on the list.
We were gonna eat that Stabbert.
No, we weren't.
You do have a clear path of where it headed to, though. So far, you haven't left the restaurant.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna head forward and see if I can possibly follow the tracks to the direction that Stabbert left.
So you get to the front of the restaurant and you step outside. Make a survival check, please, to see if you can keep track of Stabbert and see which direction he went off.
Survival
Yes.
is a +2, 15.
15? You definitely see some footprints there in front. It looks like, let's say with the 15, you can tell it looks like he may have hung out there in front of the restaurant for a little bit. And then the footprints seem to trail off toward, you know what? Back toward the barracks in the Temple of Cord. Not necessarily all the way there, but in the direction of.
I'm going to head that direction while keeping an eye out.
Okay. While you are doing that, is there anything anyone else would like to do?
I do want to ask. I'm staying over at Moray's place, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I think that's right.
I do want to ask her. During the fight today, I don't know if it was just everything going on, but I thought for a second like you had been burned or something because I saw something on your skin, and then I realized is it like something metallic?
She says, "Oh, and then suddenly you see that a magical illusion drops from her, and you start to see metallic dragon scales that dot her body from head to toe in various spots and patches. She says, "It reflects light, so I usually keep it covered up. It can be distracting."
Is that the only reason?
Mostly.
Well, thanks for letting me see you.
Oh, you're welcome.
They're pretty.
Thank you. She blushes pretty hard. You can tell she doesn't let her guard down very often for one reason or another. You get the idea that a shiny thief is not exactly a very good thief.
Yeah.
In her line of work. So she does use minor illusion to keep them covered up most of the time. However, she says, yes, when you saw me in the heat of battle, I can't always keep the illusion up, so out they come.
What are they?
They are what they look like. They are, well, a gift from an ancestor. I have, for lack of a better term, dragon's blood.
Oh.
That's where my magic comes from.
Cool.
And you see...
Sounds cool. Is it cool?
Let me make sure I got this right. I'm pretty sure. Figure out what kind of shit she's about to do here. She says, yeah, it is part of, it is a gift from my ancestor, and I believe it's lightning. It is lightning. And you see that she even holds up her two fingers, and lightning begins to crackle between them. She says, this is also a gift.
Wow.
My whole family. My last name is Doncaster. And my father was a very powerful sorcerer himself. And his mother was a very powerful sorcerer. And so was her husband. And so on and so forth.
So you come from a long line of talented,
Incredibly.
magic users.
All of them grandiose in one way or another. I'm sure. We don't speak much.
So, if you don't go to the family reunions very often, how'd you end up here? They don't...
I left my home when I was quite young. I snuck aboard a ship from Taldore and came here. I didn't know I was coming here, but here I came. It didn't take very long for things to go very poorly for me. But luckily enough, I was stumbled upon by a tiefling man who took me in. And here I've been. She gestures to the olive pit.
You made yourself a pretty interesting family.
It's interesting, yes. But it's accepting.
And Dalrin seems alright.
It's odd working for someone who's a thief and a good person. But he is a good person. And I think that's what matters.
Yeah, sometimes it's what you get done and not how you get it done. Intention means a lot.
It does. That's why I've stayed. Plus, he needs all the help he can get.
Yeah, as evidenced by,
Well,
everything that just happened.
I leave for a day, and the place burns down.
You know, people say they can't take a day off, but
I cannot. He will die. He will die.
I genuinely believe you.
Back to Garou. You're looking. You're heading off in the direction looking for your. Look. What was the name of your
Stabbert.
Stabbert? That's right.
It's so good.
Following the rather large footprints of Stabbert, sooty footprints. Make you. How long are you planning on looking for this rabbit? This Almirage?
I'm not just going to like immediately give up, but I'm going to give it like a decent amount of time. Like, after about like an hour or so.
An hour? Okay. I need you to make a couple of rolls for me.
Cinnamon rolls.
I need. First of all, I need. Go ahead and make another survival check for me, just to make sure that you can stay on the trail of the Almirage well enough.
That one was a good roll. That was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, yeah. You. Sure enough, yeah, you're pretty sure you see the just little hints of soot where he's been hopping off. I need you now to make. Let's see.
Just in case.
3 charisma checks. Just one, then one, then one.
Alright, go to charisma. 12 plus 3 is 15.
15.
12 plus 3 is 15.
15.
12 plus 3 is 15. What the
All right.
shit?
So you
I do that with ones.
so you are hot on the trail of your Almirage. You're pretty sure you're going to be able to find this Almirage. However, you're starting to have to duck corners. You are able to hide your face well enough that the people who are on the streets are not noticing you, or at least are not paying attention to who you are. They're not clocking you. But you are beginning to recognize people from your barracks, from your company. You are starting to recognize paladins of Cord out on the street who may in fact recognize you if you continue. It is up to you whether or not you would like to continue looking for your pet or head back.
I'm going to go just a little bit further.
All right. Make one more survival check for me. This time with disadvantage, because unfortunately, while you've really got an idea of where he's going to be. To narrow it down is going to be tough because his trail is getting gone. It's been a while and it's soot. It does.
That's a 13.
13. You're pretty sure. You remember a park very close to here. One of those small little like community park things that happen in like the center of one of the streets and almost like a roundabout. And it's just around the corner. You're pretty sure if he's going to go anywhere, he's going to go there, because there's definitely something in that park he would eat.
Children.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. You see your Almirage there in the park. it seems to be relatively unbothered. However, you also see one of your paladin brethren, not necessarily patrolling the park, but standing around and keeping an eye out.
Would I possibly notice if I could sneak up and get close to...
Make a perception check.
Perception, dirty 20.
You're pretty sure you could probably sneak up and get to your pet. But I'd say with that perception check, you also happen to notice that the lead that was the rope that was tied around your pet, excuse me, seems to be wrapped around a bench there in the park. It doesn't seem that the Almirage is struggling too hard to get away from it.
Oh.
So it
That's
looks
good.
like either it got itself wrapped up there or someone tied it up there to the bench.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to sneak up and undo the lead from the bench.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Stealth, and I don't have disadvantage because I'm not wearing my armor.
Actually, I'd say, in fact, you have advantage because it's late at night and dark.
Oh, okay.
So you have the cover of night on your side for this.
Oh, those were good rolls either way.
Nice.
I rolled a 17 and a 20. So the 20 plus my dex is plus 2, so 22.
Silent as the grave, you're able to sneak up while this guy is paying basically no attention at all. Yeah, you get your pet untied. You are going to have to make one more stealth check for me at disadvantage this time because now you have a big hopping Almirage with you.
Oh, that's even better. That was a 20 and an 18,
Nice.
so dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you managed
Jesus
to
Christ. I love
hop
those
away
dice.
unnoticed. And
I just be rolling like 5 ones in a row.
so yeah, you managed to make your way back, no problem, with your pet. What are you going to do with him for the time being?
I'm going to store him in my room.
In your room, all right. Yeah, you can bring
I
him
will
on
worry
down.
about the cage later. Not that it would actually matter.
You're gonna wake up and step in raisins. Prunes with the size of this thing.
Hey, they would be rather large. So back to Gorna and Moray. Is there anything else?
I have Stabbard back.
No. Well, I mean, I already know she's gonna stay here. That was really, yeah. I mean, might as well get some sleep.
Okay. So you all find sleep for the evening. Quinrin, not necessarily sleep, but meditation. Zilgrim cuddled up with his with his Froge. Gorna cuddled up with her newfound companion Moray. Finnegan cuddled up with a new book, and Garuk cuddled up with the Almirage, whether he likes it or not, because it's massive. This is a tiny room. Just gotta be careful where that horn goes. So, you all wake up the next morning without a nightmare. Not one in sight. And you're feeling pretty good, actually. You have a clear-cut goal in mind, which is to go get the Vulcan Authority, to bring them back here, and to find out what the hell is going on. The day is yours.
Alright. So my character sheet actually caught up.
I'm going to grab my bag, waddle down the hall, and just go straight into the kitchen.
Into the kitchen.
I'm going into the kitchen.
Okay.
I'm comfortable enough here that I'm just going to start doing shit.
You walk into the kitchen, and you immediately see that there is a rather large orcish man. I'm sorry, not orcish man. The word escapes me. No, alright, fine. He's an orc now. Rather large orcish man. I can't remember what I had planned for him to be, but he's an orc now, so whatever. Rather large orcish man, standing behind an oven, just going to town on something. And he looks at you and he says, "What do you want?"
I was kind of hoping I could borrow some space. I have a friend who's got a bit of a celebration coming up, and I want to make him a special meal from his home.
Prep table in the back. Chop onions first, then it's all yours.
You're a beautiful man.
And he goes back to doing what he was doing. You go back to where he pointed to, and there's a large wooden prep table back there with a butcher block style top across the entire table. So it's a nice, flat, even surface. Mm-hmm. And there are about 6 onions there.
Okay. Yeah,
well.
Sure. Absolutely. I'll chop the onions. That's fine.
Cool. Make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand check?
Yeah. See how this onion chopping goes.
Chop, onion. Chop, it's all
16.
16 is a wonderful medium dice. Looks absolutely professional. Skin's all gone, everything. You push him over to the side, and the cook comes back over, and he goes, "You want a job?"
Maybe in my downtime. A little preoccupied right now. Got these nightmares. They never stop.
Good. You see he scoops all of this onion off the butcher block into his apron, and he goes, "At least you work. Nightmares don't matter to me." He goes back over to what he was working on, and he scrapes it back in, and he leaves you to what you were doing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get together the ingredients to make a pie crust.
Okay. I'm gonna say, what is your dexterity modifier?
My dex modifier +3.
It's a +3. Okay. I would say that for making this pie, since I would say making a pie is something that Quinrin's probably done before. What ingredients are you adding to that? I think I know where you're going with this. What ingredients are you adding to this pie? And if you would not like to say it out loud what you're doing, that's also fine.
Well, this is my interpretation of a squirrelberry pie.
This is not where I thought you were going with this. This is wonderful. All right.
Now.
So, all right. Let's go ahead and do it this way then. You start by making the crust.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and make a series of sleight of hand checks.
Okay.
Cooking RP. I love it.
You're going to do 1 for the crust. You're going to do, I would say, 1 for the filling that might get a little wonky depending on what you want to add to it, and then 1 for the top.
The lattice.
Yeah, if you want to do a lattice, then that might change the DC.
Okay.
It's, we'll work on
fancy.
the DC may change depending on how fancy you want to get with this pie. What kind of crust are you doing? Are you talking graham cracker, or is this going to be more like savory, like a pot pie?
We're gonna go So the word berry, the word squirrel really throws me for a loop.
yeah.
So we're gonna lean super hard. We're gonna lean super hard on the word berry. Okay.
We're leaning so
I
hard
want-
on berry.
I want a flaky buttery
Curious
crust.
berry.
Okay. I will say make a sleight of hand check. I would say we'll set the DC at 12. 12 to get a perfect flaky buttery pie crust. Lower doesn't mean you fail it. It just means it might not turn out exactly the way you want.
Right.
6. Okay, so you definitely get a pie crust, but it's not flaky. It's got more of the consistency of a graham cracker crust.
Okay.
But it is still like you made it with the intention
What
of
are
being. You made it with the intention of being light and flaky, almost like a biscuit, but it's turned out kind of more like the consistency of a graham cracker.
They don't have to know it was supposed to be light.
So it's more like a dense biscuit, but that's
fine.
okay.
That's fine.
So let's talk about the filling.
Okay.
Squirrel berries.
Yeah.
What?
Squirrel berry screams maybe sour, maybe tart to me.
Mm.
Who knows? Maybe a little bit of both. So
Okay.
I'm thinking we're gonna go.
Are you using? Also, I should ask. Are you using only ingredients that you have, or are you using ingredients that are in the kitchen here as well?
See, that's a good question. I'm gonna check the kitchen. I would like to add to the ingredients that I already have. I would like to add maybe apple and cherry, but I'll keep my eye out for any other sort of like.
Make an
You know,
investigation check.
Maybe there's a droop. You know, we get some plum or something going on. $13.
You find a box of strawberries.
Perfect.
At least it has the word berry.
Okay. I'm going to take a handful of the strawberries.
You also hear about that time. The cook go, 4 carrots, chop them up.
I'm going to watch this. I got this. I'm gonna extend a level 1 spell slot,
Okay.
and we're gonna cast Unseen Servant.
Hell yeah! All right, I love it. Yes.
I'm gonna send Bitch Boy over to chop some carrots.
Cool. So I'm going to say make me an Arcana check for him rather than a Dex check for sleight of hand. Since he's doing it, you're using magic. Make an Arcana check.
Dude, my Arcana is so much better than my
I know.
Is it 23?
23.
No big
Yeah,
deal.
absolutely. The carrots go down. You just see 4 carrots float right there next to you on the cutting board. A knife comes up and it just goes, and they are perfect.
That's my boy.
And the chef comes back over and goes, "See me after the rush." And he scoops it and he goes back over and he dumps the carrots in. Go ahead. Do you have all your ingredients for your pie filling now?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. See, this is for your balance and your ratio for your your filling. So you're adding, what was it, strawberry?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I know.
Strawberries going to be a little bit of sugar, so I'm going to kind of like muddle the strawberries
Sugar, okay.
into sugar, and then I'm going to layer on top the newest addition to my pack.
Okay, so yeah, you get all that together and you've got it all ready. You think you've got a pretty good amount laid out and chopped up the way you want it and ready to go. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
9.
9. You get it in there. You're having a little bit of trouble keeping the layering right, but you get everything macerated. You've given it just a little taste, and it's pretty good. You think you got it. This should work.
Perfect.
You can't quite get it. You can't quite get it nice and layered like you wanted, but you definitely get it all in there with just a little left over.
Hell yeah.
So let's go ahead and work on a top now.
All right.
Right about that time, the chef shouts back, "All right, we're moving on to second course. He doesn't give you any more instructions.
Good to
Go
go.
ahead and,
All right, so
Yes, chef.
I'm gonna
Bird.
leave a regular dome like pie crust with just the little vent holes cut into it.
oh,
top
okay,
of
like the
the
little, are you doing like the little, like, teardrop?
Yeah. But around the edge, I want to use with any of the extra shit that I have rolled out, almost like a wreath, like little like holly-like leaves.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, that kind of run around the
Okay,
the lid.
DC's going to be pretty high for this to get
That's
that,
all right.
that decorative, but
That's
go
all right.
ahead and make a sleight of hand check. Okay, yeah, no, go ahead.
You'd think I'd remember.
I was going to say, I will say, since your unseen servant isn't doing anything, he can help you in this.
Oh yeah, he
sense.
should.
So if
He should.
he's going to help you, you can make an Arcana check instead of sleight of hand.
Yeah,
if
we'll
you'd
do
like
that.
to.
We'll do that. 18.
18. Looks really fucking good.
right.
Yeah,
That's
you,
right.
You even managed. Not only did you manage to shape them like the leaves, you even took the time to take your knife and like give the leaves veins,
Yes.
and like
Yes.
it's very good looking. So now all that's left to do
We got bake this sucker.
is put it in the oven and bake it.
Yeah, boy.
Fireball. So
No soggy bottoms.
I need you to make
Call
an
me in high
intelligence check. I'd say with advantage, because you've made a pie before. Make an intelligence check with advantage
Using my smelly dice.
to know how long this pie should go in for. It's not an incredibly high DC, but you've never made a squirrelberry pie before, so...
25.
Fucking, yeah, you got that. You kick that thing in there, and you're like, you turn to the show, I'll be back in 25 minutes, and you got it. And the chef goes, wait, where are you going? Second course.
Second course heard, chef.
Need the dough. And he slaps a big batch of dough on the butcher block.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess me and the arcane, or the arcane, me and the unseen servant are gonna need dough.
Heck yeah. I'd say that doesn't even take a check. You're just doing it. What are the rest of you doing while Quinrin has disappeared back into the kitchen?
I will be feeding Stabbert rations.
To us.
Not yet. This is the dry run.
Stabberberry pie is
Fat.
coming.
Stabberberry pie.
Bunberry pie.
Amarage a la mode.
So you're feeding your pet.
I'm eating breakfast next to him, I guess.
Breakfast.
Are you feeding your pet in your room or
Wait, are you at the I figured
Yeah.
you were out at the table.
I
I don't know why.
Are you in his room just watching, like mesmerizing on the
I'm just gonna go ahead and hang out with the rabbit because I'm the only one who doesn't want to eat it, apparently.
not the only one.
That's solidarity.
That is perfectly fine. Yeah, you guys are hanging out while Guru feeds the almirage and you eat eggs.
Me and my dog.
Yeah, you and the frog.
He also has a plate of eggs.
I'm gonna
Get up to.
I'm gonna leave my quarters and venture out into the commons area.
The commons area. All right, you are amongst the commons.
I've arrived. Is there anyone out here? Is it?
So this is about what it looks like now. Here in the common area, the bar is gone. It has been replaced with a table. The drinks are now being served off of the barrels and crates up against Dalrin's office, rather than off of the tables that used to exist behind the bar. One of the candlesticks is gone, having been flung into the side of the dome of another creature and bent all to shit. Couple of the tables are gone due to fire. They have been replaced by a couple barrels and boxes now. You do see Kindness and Allison Keen Spirit sitting down for a breakfast together. You do see the bartender, and Dalrin's got some sort of haphazard fix kind of going on with his office. He's got a couple of tables and hay bales propped up where the wall had been pushed in, and there still isn't a door there, but you do see him sitting behind his table, which used to be a desk, in a wooden chair that used to be a big green one.
Damn. That's really sad.
Life, she's a beach.
I wonder if he wishes he had kept that pillow to sit
Well, I'm
on.
having breakfast. I'm having breakfast with Moray.
With Moray, are you all sitting out at a table somewhere, or are you having breakfast in her room, or?
At a table.
Okay. You would also, in that case, you would then also see Gorna and Moray.
I'll approach them, then Moray and Gorna, and I'll just be like really awkward, be like, whoa, hopefully I'm not intruding on anything.
No, morning, Finnegan.
Morning. I have a thing that I was too scared to experience alone, and I need friends.
A thing.
A thing?
Dalrin gave me this book
Oh.
about...
Which book did he give you? She's got almost like a concerned mother look on her face, like.
This. I'll pull it out of my bag and hold it out and be like, it's about devils. But I only
She
looked
takes
at
it
it
and she
for a
goes,
second, and it was talking at me.
he doesn't think before he does things. It won't hurt.
Okay, cool.
And she hands it back.
Thank you. That's a big relief. I trust you.
Well, what is it?
That is a very interesting book. Written by a mad mage in a realm far from here. It is a study on demons, devils, and their ongoing blood war.
That sounds pretty interesting.
You don't know the half of it. Actually, may I? She picks the book back up and she opens it up and she goes, this is going to be weird. And she hands it to you.
Uh-huh.
And it is a blank book.
I'll just keep looking at it.
As you look at it, what languages do you speak?
Common and Orcish.
There are words that begin to appear. You have no idea what they say. They're in a language you don't understand. They're not even characters that you recognize.
The hell?
Do you keep going?
I can't even read this. Did you read? Yeah.
So as you say, I can't even read. You trail off, and your voice stops, and your eyes begin to go wide, and you hear a voice in your head, and then 100 voices in your head, and then all at once, shut the book.
Yeah, okay, I get it. I'd ask questions about this too. You can have that. I'll
wait till I'm alone.
I'll check it out when you're done. Let me know how it is.
Yeah.
It takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
Essentially, what you are doing is attuning to that book, whether you like it or not. And once you are attuned to the book, you will be able to read it. It is forcefully teaching you Infernal. And you will be able to read it.
Neat. Not horrifying at all.
No, the Mad Mage of Mount Baratok was apparently as such.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Things usually work out for old Finnegan.
They do seem to, don't they?
Yeah, one could say I'm lucky.
So with that,
I have no social skills.
so after a little bit, Dalrin does come out of his office and he says, so, not to rush, but the sooner we can get this taken care of, the sooner I can get back to, well, ideally this. He just sort of gestures to the burnt out wall in his office, or the burnt out door and the pushed down wall, and
Just be like, Dalrin, don't worry. It's gonna be okay. You have my sword. And I just hold up my empty hand.
He goes, I was afraid of that.
Could
So
have
it
been
was a
magic, but
metaphor,
instead it was a
boss, but
That's,
disappointment.
yes, metaphor.
Yeah.
So
Anyways.
our
Sorry.
That's okay. Have you read any of that book yet?
Well, I just got the all clear from Moray that it was safe.
Why would it be safe?
I opened it and it, was scary.
I guess I probably should have told you it was going to do some things when you attempted to read it. I forget. I've attuned, when I open the book, it's words to me.
Yeah, there were like people talking, but I didn't understand. And
The language of Infernal is not pleasant.
Those weren't people, baby.
And no, they weren't people either. But
Perfect.
it's not a pleasant language, but once you do learn it, it won't be so bad.
well, I'll work on it. I'm not scared anymore. I'm just like trying to reassure myself.
Pats you on the shoulder. Right. Well, I'll be in my office. When you get back, if you wouldn't mind, come in through the olive pit. Don't come in through the sewer entrance.
Can do.
Very good. He walks back to his office, and he sort of goes to reach for his doorknob, and he stops and realizes his door's not there anymore. So he just walks through and goes back to his desk. Table. Used to be desk.
I was really hoping that he would try to play it off and like open an invisible door and shut it
No,
behind
he
him.
just straight up goes,
I had an invisible one installed.
nope. Nope. He is, I would say at this point, you all notice Dalrin looks a bit tired. You notice you're not looking at a man in his prime. You're not even necessarily looking at a middle-aged man in his prime. What you're looking at is someone who is just on the other side of that, and is beginning to realize that he can't do it forever, and pretty soon he's going to have to do something.
Join the Bludgeoneers.
Doubtful.
Go into your wall.
So, with that, what would you all like to do?
So
Well, we should probably find the rest of our crew so we can find the other crew to come back to this place.
Yeah.
where are we supposed to be headed?
To the-
You all are just going to go back to. You just need to go back to the Radiant Orchards
To
Inn
get the Vulcan.
to tell the Vulcan Authority that Dalrin would like to meet. That you all.
Yeah,
would,
that's
We
right.
definitely
Um,
shouldn't sleep on that.
Which doesn't. If you
let's
all would like
kick
to,
it.
it really doesn't take any. We don't have to play any of that out. It takes no time. You all know where the Radiant Orchards Inn is.
All right.
I will say that if you are going, you are going to have to keep an eye out pretty heavily now. But actually, everyone who's going to go, give me a perception check.
I'm needing dough, so I don't even know what these fools are doing.
It's true. You are actually in the kitchen
Yeah, we
still.
need to assemble the crew first.
Yeah, we gotta assemble.
We need like a call, and I'm gonna just like look up like I'm thinking and just go, Bludgeoneers assemble! And just scream.
All of you all hear it absolutely. You hear it from the kitchen too. There's a window and everything.
Are you standing right by me?
Yes.
It's only you.
In fact, when you do that, Laura goes,
I'm gonna come running.
I'm right here, Finn.
Zilgrim comes running, frog on head.
yeah, just
Like,
very seriously.
I'm gonna look up at my unseen servant. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, dog." I'm gonna fist bump him real quick and be like, "I'm gonna be right back."
he absolutely goes. and keeps kneading away at the dough.
Yeah. And as I walk by the chef, I'll be like, "Hey, chef, I'm gonna take my 5. I need to smoke."
Heard. And he just keeps working.
All right, cool.
I'm going to leave 2 more rations out for Stabbert. Grab my cloak and head out.
Oh man, there's gonna be so much poop in your room when you get back.
You guys are
Nuts, berries, and
It's
raisins.
gonna chew up the whole
to
bag.
get to the Radiant Orchards Inn and back will take you 30 minutes.
Cool.
All right. I don't know if I'm allowed to leave that far. I gotta talk to chef.
Who's? Well, that's fine. I mean,
Do you have a job now?
I don't know.
It sounds like you're thriving.
I tried to.
You hear the chef go, "Not for much longer."
I was trying to make a thing, and
sure. do
then I
your
started
thing.
working. So.
Well, we have to just tell these Vulcan Authority people that that Dalrin wants to meet with them. So I don't know if everybody
be
has to go.
back.
Hey, when's your shift done?
I think I'll know when chef tells me.
Okay, I mean, we need to leave, but like, if you're getting it off in like an hour,
You know you've got at least 30 minutes or 25 minutes left on your pie. You just put in the oven.
Yeah. I actually
tell you what, let's
yeah,
get out of here in an hour.
An hour.
That'll give me time to finish my breakfast.
An hour
and
works. An hour works.
Okay.
agreeable with everybody else.
Sure.
Awesome.
Okay. Y'all are going to wait for a little while before you head out. You wait for a bit. Finnegan, you do finish your pie. Or Quinrin, you do finish your pie.
Our names are too close together.
Yeah, they're really close.
I fucked it up before.
Quinrin.
So Quinrin, you finish your pie.
Quinrin.
Finn.
Chef says,
Shit.
"Right. I see a new shift. Get out of here."
All right, hell yeah. Thank you, chef.
Right. He lights up a cigarette right there, standing behind the fucking
Fucking boss. Usually that's the dishwasher, but
he lights up a cigarette right there, right
Over
in
the food.
Yeah, right in the
I'm
kitchen,
into
right over
it.
the food.
That's where the flavor comes
So
from.
the food is good, is what you're saying.
This is a Waffle House.
yes.
I was about to make that same
This is
joke.
a Waffle Home. That's right. This is a waffle. In fact, this is the Waffle Pit.
Liam has tiny waffle home.
Yeah, the Waffle Hut.
Yeah, that sounds like a really shitty strip.
This is the Waffle Home.
Blue waffle pit.
Out.
That was some low hanging fruit.
Low hanging out. So you finish your pie. What would you all like to do now? You finished your pie. You still got around half an hour. Still before
Around
you're
half an
planning
hour?
on heading out.
Hell yeah. I'm bringing out this warm pie. I'm cutting a big slice of it up. I'm going to put it on a plate.
Where are you doing this? Where is this all going down?
So you guys are... I'm going to Finn.
Okay.
Because this is a squirrel berry pie.
Finnegan is over... Actually, we'll just go... over here with Gorna and...
Bet.
And I showed up, so I should be
I
near
was about to say, and Zilgrim took off over there. Garuk, are you over here at this point?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess you've
you left
stashed
food
your...
for
You threw food on the
Stabber.
ground and then locked him in
Yeah.
the room.
Okay, and
Grab my
that
cloak
leaves...
so I can be inconspicuous.
Okay, so you've all gathered around here. Look,
Where's conspicuous?
Yeah.
you've all gathered round. The only table left out here, in fact, not just any table.
Our table.
This is our
The
table.
only
I was gonna
table.
say,
Our table.
This is the Bludgeoneers dedicated table.
I'm carving it in the table.
Bludgeoneers dedicated table.
Reserved for the cool kids.
So,
That was a scold roll, I think.
you all, you're all sitting there. You've brought the pie out. Finnegan's sitting there carving the Bludgeoneers
Probably
into the
misspelled.
table.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but it's spelled like
Yeah, in his
blood.
backwards.
Like
B-O-O-D-D.
Bludgeoneer.
Good. There's a J in
Like
there.
Charlie language.
Blood, gene, ears. Quinrin brings, you all see, Quinrin brings this wonderful looking golden brown topped pie with these almost like holly leaf style decorative crust all the way around the rim of it, with like the classic like seed shaped holes for vent holes around the the center of the pie. He sets it down in the middle of the table.
Finn, I think I made a squirrel berry pie. I had to take a guess. I've never seen a squirrel berry in my life. I've asked 35 professionals and not a single one can point me in the right direction. They are all failures in their field.
It's because it's an original recipe. I mean, am I supposed to be critical of this?
I'm gonna cut him a big wedge.
I have to see the inside of this pie. It's beautiful. I mean, like...
At that point, kindness wanders over.
Pie eating contest. Or pie judging. We're doing a pie judging. We're gonna judge you.
Kindness leans
That's
over
been my
and
life.
says, "What is that smell?"
It's squirrel berries.
He makes a face and he says, "On second thought, how is it?"
Well, that's what Finn was about to tell us.
Oh, how
And
is
I'm
it?
like holding it, like looking at it.
Kindness actually moves over to you.
He starts looking at
And
it.
you can suddenly feel hot breath. Sort of like steaming and curling your hair a bit. It smells fantastic.
This isn't how I make it.
How do you make
I'm
it?
just gonna like grab
Just
I'm gonna try it.
as if someone that grew up a parentless urchin and then retreated to the life outside of society would. You grab a large, mushy, warm handful of this pie and take a big bite. And it's immediately tart, but it settles out pretty well to be sweet. A little bit sweeter than maybe you like it to be, but it balances the tart pretty well. The crust is a bit thick that you get. It does take a little bit of chewing. It's kind of a dense biscuit kind of crust almost. And it's a little more filling than you would initially think, but it is quite good.
So, after my handful is gone, I'm gonna sit it down and like lick my hand.
You go to lick your hand, and you notice that you just sort of like push your fingers into your tongue and mouth, and like it feels weird on your face. You go to open your mouth and you just drool, and it's blue. Blue as can be. It's just blue. And you go to say, "God damn it! Your mouth is numb. Your lips are numb. Your tongue is numb. Your throat feels numb. Breathing feels weird. You can't make words. You look at your hands, they're blue from where you've been holding it and touching your lips. And Kindness leans down and goes, "So, how is it?"
I'm just gonna grab the plate like,
Make a deception check with disadvantage as you look at him and drool all over you.
What are those things called again?
Oh no! One of those was a nat 20.
Oh no!
5.
5!
Womp womp. Damn.
He's just pointing. He knows immediately
Oh, yeah,
what's in
absolutely.
there. He sees your stained mouth and stained hands and... Yep. Oh!
I'm so disappointed.
Roll a d12 for me.
Oh,
I'm so disappointed in you.
oh no, this is bad. 7.
That's a big slice of pie, right? How long did yours last? A minute?
Yeah.
That was a minute for a small bite of a slice.
Uh-huh.
You ate a slice of pie. You layered these on top, right?
Yeah. It was like a fanning across the top. So they weren't like hella thick, but it was a chunk.
Your mouth is numb for an hour. To be specific, an hour and 70 minutes. An hour and 10 minutes. So for the next hour, you are blue. Your teeth are blue. Your lips are blue. Your tongue is blue. Your hands are stained. Everything that touched you is blue, and you are drooling and cannot speak. And you also cannot cast spells because you cannot perform the verbal components. You also have disadvantage on all charisma checks and saving throws for the duration thereof.
Perfect. Well,
Quinrin.
I really nailed the charisma.
Those are all of the effects
Quinrin,
now for
what
eating that much of one of those. Of that, yeah.
What did you do to Finnegan?
Well, see, I feel like he's been pulling our leg the entire time, so I just wanted to pull back a little bit. Just a little bit.
And that's fine. You're right. It is funny. But
It tasted good, though, right?
Yeah.
we're supposed to go get the Vulcan Authority at the soonest possible convenience, and now we gotta wait for Finnegan to be able to.
No, he doesn't have to
again.
talk.
Actually, usually missions go better when he doesn't.
Oh, I get it.
That's my friend.
You guys are precious. Don't get me wrong.
That's fine.
Right about then, Gorna, from where you are
I'm gonna
sitting,
apologize to Moray.
Actually, Moray is dying.
She's dying
Moray is red. She's laughing. In fact, she's laughing so hard that all of her scales are pressed. She is not keeping up the illusion. She is red in the face. However, as you are laughing, you look up and see through the open door of Dalrin's office, him just sitting there going,
We're going. We're going. Guys, we're late. The guy, we should go. We have a job to do. If you guys are done clowning around, we should probably get something done.
Well, there's a big plot hole here. Did Kindness eat the pie?
No.
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 Oh, yeah,
No,
I failed to
Yeah, no, he laughed. He laughed. He pointed at Quinrin, realizing what happened, and laughed very heartily instead.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
fell victim to the classic blunder.
You did. Trusting your friends. That's what happened.
I had to use it before they
Classic
spoiled.
blunder, trusting your friends, yes.
God damn, was this planned?
How much of
Like,
that fruit did you use? How many did you buy, and how much of that did you use in
I
that
bought
pie?
two. That
Bought
would have
two.
been like half of one because
Half
it
of one.
fucked me up pretty bad. So I wasn't trying to ruin everybody's day. But
Okay.
Like, careful. I might
Honestly, I would say that to cover the top of a pie, it would probably take
take
one
a whole
full
one. That's fine. That's fine.
So you do still have one full one left.
Yeah, I got a full one, and it's good for like, you said fruit wise, so probably got like 3 to 5 days on it. This is day 2.
Do me a favor, make an Arcana check for me, and let me look up something. Right.
16. I can add 8 and 8. That one was easy.
Easy peasy.
It's the weird ones, like...
Almost as easy as deceiving your friend. I thought you were doing something nice.
It was a
Me
delicious
too.
pie, were it not?
That's...
Yes, all
I don't know if this relationship can endure this.
Damn.
Damn.
He's gonna kick you off the ship.
Guess I won't be the chef on your boat.
You know what? I would say that because it's my campaign
It's a ship.
and everyone else's rules on this can fuck off because it's my campaign. You know that food lasts longer when contained within a pocket dimension. Not infinitely. It doesn't last indefinitely.
Sure.
But it does last longer when contained within a pocket
there is
dimension.
significantly
Vacuum
less
sealed.
oxygen there.
Vacuum sealed.
Come on. I'm not gonna pick
Good
you
luck
up.
getting that fucking fruit into this bag. Godspeed.
So, what are you all doing now? We've got about half an hour before you said you were heading out. It's been about that long. Dalrin's wondering what the hell you all are doing.
Let's go. Come on, everybody.
Look, so it's been a half an hour. You said it would take an half an hour to get there and back, right? So you'll be Mumbly Joe for like 10 minutes after that. It's fine. It's fine.
Let's go.
Are you hanging back?
No, I'm gonna head with, but I'm gonna have my hood up and like face covered.
Okay. So
Yeah, totally
everyone
incognito.
everyone that is going, make a perception check for me.
Okay. Time to blow this roll.
Perception 18.
7.
12.
Sam.
13.
You manage no problem to avoid all of the paladins of Cord on your way to. You get to the Radiant Orchards Inn and go back up to. Did you ever get their names, by the way?
God, yes, we
You get names and I didn't write them down.
did.
I've been bad about taking notes this campaign.
I have their names. I just wasn't sure if you all ever got them.
I do not.
Did not.
I don't have their names.
Okay, you head back to their room and you knock, and same deal as before. The door behind you opens first, and then their door opens, and the male tabaxi answers the door and he says, "So we doing this? Are we
Yeah.
meeting?"
Come on, we'll take you.
All right. They open the door. They're already ready to go. It doesn't look like they've ever even unpacked in this room. It doesn't look like anyone's even slept in the bed in this room.
Just sitting away.
Nice. I just assumed they laid in like the moonlight in the window or something.
Yeah, right.
There was a box in the corner. That,
Yeah.
One
So
slept in that, the other one slapped it in the head.
you
all
notice
night.
there was a vase on the little writing desk. It is now on the ground. So you all head out and you make your way back. Everyone make another perception check for me, please. And I will make. Oh my gosh.
that was only a 16.
Mine is also a 16.
11.
18.
I'm having a bad day.
Who got above a 15? You three got above a 15. You three notice that the female tabaxi pulls something down off of a wall as she walks by it, folds it up, and puts it in her coat, and you all continue to walk.
I'm gonna ask them, since I guess we're going to be somewhat acquainted. I was wondering what your names were.
Oh. I guess that's fair enough. That's Feather. My name's Gully. You call me Gull. So, you all arrive at the olive pit. You take them down through the secret entrance in the booth
That's the only way we know to from the olive pit, I believe.
I was just making sure you didn't change your mind and go back through the sewer.
No,
We were told not to do. Well, they were told not to do that. I was in the
Yeah.
kitchen, looking like a man.
So you get back down and they get inside and they look around. And the one says, Gull says, "Huh. You brought us here just the other day."
That happened. That happened.
Seems like a lot happened since then. Seems like it being so close, a lot of this could have been avoided. Where's Dalwin?
He's
downstairs.
He's
No.
downstairs, you know.
Oh no, you all are already downstairs. He's
Oh.
looking around
Oh.
in here and saying,
Oh,
he was remarking on the fact that he can't believe it was this close the whole
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Hold on, we'll go
Yeah.
let him know that you're here.
And about then, Dalwin steps out of his office and he says, "I know.
Oh. Well,
Come in, you two." And he points at Feather and Gully. And said, "You want to talk about this amongst everyone?" And he says, "In time. First, we have some things to discuss." Fair enough. Please don't leave. Feather says to you all. And they both head into Dalrin's office.
I'm heading out. I got a problem with authority.
I'm gonna go play with Step.
Back to the ivory go.
There we go.
They're in there for
Where
a
we
little
drink
bit,
like kings.
conversing, and you see Moray comes out of the office and joins you all, and she says, "He asked me to step out."
oh. Okay. Well. This is gonna be.
It has been a long time. Yeah.
How long do you think he's gonna be at this?
I don't know.
Seems like a pretty monumentous occasion, so I'm sure it'll be lengthy.
It's not good, from what he's told me. It's not good. How familiar are you all with this place? Cetera.
There's olives here.
Yeah, not very.
I traveled here just to fight in the ring. I never thought I'd need to know any of the history.
I'm sure you've at least heard of the Great War that was fought here.
Oh yeah,
Sure have.
everyone has.
Yeah.
There's more to it. It goes much further back than at least what's been written down. There are not a lot who know the stories, and most that do call them ghost stories, but I'm afraid we may be dealing with a ghost story. And right about that time, the Vulcan Authority and Dalrin both emerge from his office, and they join you all at the table.
Oh.
Dalrin says, "Regardless of what I want, regardless of the needs of my operation, what's happening now is far more important and needs to be made our priority. If you all would be so kind as to hear these people out, you would have my gratitude." turns around and he goes back into his office and he leaves. So, I figure since everyone's so involved already, you all may as well be informed. Did you all tell these guys about the dreams you had all been having?
I don't remember if we had or not.
Don't
They told us what? The doors of Jevil are
mentioned
appearing to
dreams to
open
someone,
once
didn't we?
again.
I think you mentioned dreams to Moray.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
mentioned them more.
So I don't think you mentioned them to. Okay.
No,
So,
our,
It was more in
Yeah,
purity.
We were
Yeah,
more
our purity woke us
suspicious
up
of
from the
these
last
guys.
dream.
so Gull leans in and says, "All right, so you're all pretty well involved in this now, so we may as well come clean with everything that's going on." You're all familiar with the wars that have happened here. Are you familiar with any of the, we'll call them the ghost stories about this place, about Jevila, about what happened in there, about what happened before? And Feather speaks up and says, "Let me just go ahead and tell you. Satera suffered during the Great Calamity, as did the rest of Exandria. It was said that Torog the Crawling King used the now ruined and forsaken underground kingdom of Jevila to birth his gargantuan worm, Quajoth, the Undermaw. It is said that his first movements were so violent upon being born that it shook the dwarven Great Hollow Mountain Kingdom to the ground. They say that the rubble of that kingdom now makes up the rocky beaches of the Rhine. And then Gull speaks up and he says, "You know, when something wakes up, it gets hungry. Quajoth was hungry. So hungry, in fact, it said that he swallowed a mountain whole, right in the middle of the continent. We see this hole every day at the Precipice Fort. For the fort stands on the mountain overlooking the opposite side of the Great Chasm. Even though Torog is gone and his worm sealed away, we believe that there is a cult that seeks to return a piece of the great worm here to Satera in an effort to rebirth the worm. To what end, I don't know, but we've been picking up information about a ship coming down from Eiselcross. Hadn't been seen in a long time. It got docked up in the Rhine. Some men moved off of it, weren't seen again. Then suddenly this arm pops up. It looks bad. You all know what I mean when I say Eiselcross. Any use
A what now?
you can all go ahead and all of you make history checks. You would all know that Eiselcross is part of the continent of Wild now. It's a frozen wasteland.
History?
Yeah. 12.
14.
Or
17.
religion, whichever's higher. History or religion, whichever's higher. Sorry.
18
18.
somehow.
Religion is a 20.
20. You both know that You both know that with those rolls that it is rumored that Quajoth the Undermaw still exists, frozen solid in the permafrost in Iselcross.
That ship, huh? A lot of crazy stories about that ship.
That arm that they got away with, we believe to be part of something much larger, a great seal. And we believe that they need these pieces in order to activate some sort of something evil magic somewhere deep in the ruins of Jevela in order to try to rebirth this worm. I don't know if it's going to work.
Wait, are the arm and the ship two of these pieces?
No, the ship is
Oh.
just what they traveled on.
Oh,
The ship
okay.
is just a ship. The arm itself, the ivory arm, is part of a larger, we believe to be part of a larger seal or possible magical item that they are going to use in order to bring back their great worm. The forces of evil have been pushed back from here time and time again, and we do not intend to allow them to win this time either. The last time this happened, the dwarves and the Tabaxi rallied together to force back the evils of Jevela into the city that they came from. They sacrificed much, and much was lost. And I'm afraid we're going to have to call upon them once again. Feather speaks up and says, "We work very closely with the Marquesian authority here. We will discuss matters with the local government. Getting word to the dwarves and the Tabaxi, however, may prove to be a bit more challenging. But they need to know, and they need to know soon."
The Tabaxi, they live down in the jungles, right?
Down in
Yeah,
Kalnora,
and the
which
dwarves
is-
live
Well, we were
north
just-
next to the Rhine.
They do. We were just headed to the Rhine, right? And then to Kalnora? I mean,
Yeah, we could probably stop by both of
as
those places and
happens,
let them know.
as it happens,
The
that's
Tabaxi
exactly
don't
our...
live in Kalnora, they live in
Or, oh,
Cantrove.
yeah, they live
Or
in
Cantrove.
Cantrove.
That's the southern
Cantrove,
tip of the
yeah.
island.
Gotcha. The jungle.
The
Near the
Cantrovian
jungle, yeah.
jungle.
Cantrovian jungle. Gotcha.
So, what, if you don't mind me asking, since we're being awful forthcoming, what happened here? This is not exactly the grand hideout of Dalwyn Bordeaux I expected.
Yeah, you should have seen it 2 days ago.
Yeah, some talk about cultists, so similarly.
We can definitely confirm your rumors of cultists. We at least have some cultists who summoned an
Orthon.
Orthon
I
to
killed
wreck this place up.
Orthon.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys in robes. Red robes?
Red
Yeah.
robes.
I threw a candlestick at it.
It worked
We
pretty
killed them.
well.
We killed them to the number.
Alright. Bit of advice.
Yeah.
If you can avoid traveling out in the open, that would be best for you. Because, if they sent an Orthon after you, they sent a few. They don't hunt together. They hunt separately, but they all hunt.
That's upsetting.
If you are headed to the Cantrovian jungle, I would recommend not doing it on foot, seeing as how the Kalnorian plains will leave you wide open from Kalnora to the jungle.
We should take the ship.
Yeah, we also just got a boat.
That would be very handy.
It's a ship.
You're right, it's a ship. I'm
Do
sorry.
you all know of the Cantrovian port?
No.
I've never been to
We're
it.
not from here, mister.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter if you were. And he pulls out a map. An even older map than the one you all have.
Oh, great.
And he lays it out on the table. And he points to the southern tip of the jungle. And he says, right here. And you see there is a little drawing of what looks to be... it's a dock, but it's got tiers. And it seems to stack into the sky quite a ways. Up the side of a mountain, the way it's crudely drawn on this map. And he says, this port don't show up on maps no more. For good reason. This is probably your safest bet. If you want to avoid being caught out in the open. If you got a ship, good. If you don't, we can talk to someone. The owner of the Alberon Moving Company
I was about to
sometimes
suggest that.
helps us out. They have, well, the owner has a ship where he could get you there. But if you got a ship, you can get there.
We got the trusty Mayfly.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't know how much the fees are.
Fees.
I think
Your
they're
ship.
It's been parked there still, hasn't it?
He
Then
just
I'll get
inherited it.
And
So
it's been
Oh.
sitting in a dock
for
in
like 6 months.
the
Congratulations.
Rhind?
Yeah.
That sounds
All the way up
expensive.
in the Rhind.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll see.
We were gonna check on it, but things just keep popping up and up and up.
But we gotta get that taken care of before they send collections after us.
Well, see, I think they paid the
Yeah, they'll send an Orthon to come get their money.
No, I killed that one too.
Look, I'd rather deal with the Orthon than the Port Authority. It's an island, you know what I mean? They're the Port Authority, like, it's an island. You do the
It's an
math.
island.
They got a lot of authority.
So, can we count on you all to deliver word?
Yeah, absolutely.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I got nothing else to do this week besides read this book that yells at you.
Imagine how strong I'll be by the time I get back.
Well,
You can just carry the ship.
Inconspicuous.
It'll be
may the
good
blessing-
training for the next tournament.
Gull says, may the blessings of Melora be on all of you. Feather says, we're all going to need it. And they stand up and see themselves out.
Heavy
More.
stuff, guys.
Moray leans in and says, so? Who are you going to first? The dwarves or the tabaxi?
The logical order seems to be
The dwarves, then the tabaxi.
get the boat and talk to the dwarves, sail to the jungle, and warn the tabaxi.
I've got a small question.
Sure.
Big answer.
Who knows how to sail?
Oh, I don't, but you
I
hired.
mean, we all worked on the
honest
boat.
shit.
He knows how to
Yeah.
sail. We're assuming, but
I was a
that's
child.
how you. It's what you.
It's a baby.
Oh, you were just a baby?
I was gonna say, we know
You
how to
kept
do
saying
a
you
little bit.
grew up on that boat. No, wait, you said you were born on that
I
boat.
was a small child.
He was born on that boat and then left somewhere as a
Okay,
kid.
Those of
so
us
we
that
hire a
worked.
crew.
I'm not paying people. We'll figure it out. Can't be that hard to get a boat to move on the water.
It certainly is difficult.
Well, there's a wheel and there's a sail. It's not that
The-
big.
Sometimes
Here's
there's more
another
than
option.
one sail.
Here's another option. Here's another option.
And an
Okay.
anchor.
Worst case scenario, they said they can provide transportation.
It's true.
They also said that they knew the owner of the Alberon Moving Company,
Mm-hmm.
and they said he has a ship. Who do we know that's a dude that has a ship that isn't Finn?
So,
Or-
Captain Orstrom.
Doesn't
There's
he
gotta
hate
be-
us, though?
Surely
Yeah,
it's someone
he
else.
loves
It's gotta
us.
be somebody else.
Surely it's someone else.
There's a million captains on these high seas. They're all Orstrom.
I
then
see.
again,
I hope it's for punch.
make an
Ecto
intelligence check.
But
Lava
this is
orange.
wish list shit.
14.
14.
So
You
good.
know that a ship of... It almost dawns on it, like comes to you almost like without having to recall it. It's sort of like...
Instinct.
It's sort of an intrusive thought, yeah. You know that a ship that size has a capacity of around 200 to 400 tons worth of cargo space, but can be crewed by as few as 6 to 8 people.
Well,
have
that's-
less than 6.
That's perfect.
I already know how to do a whole lot
Yeah.
of
Well,
rigging,
we have.
climbing. I don't know how to sew sails, but maybe somebody knows how to.
Yeah. And we have you, me, and Stabbert. That's 6.
What's Stabber gonna do? Man the poop deck?
Poop on a man deck.
do that.
He's gonna eat the rats to make sure we don't get sick.
Oh, then
Is
we're
he
gonna be sick when we
carnivorous?
eat him.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, he stabs people. I
So
assume he
sure.
also eats them.
So,
Be a waste if he did.
what is your all's what's your all's plan?
Do we go to the Rhine? Or do
I
What
would
if
say
we
we go
go-
from here to the dwarves, then to the Rhine from there.
Don't we have to go
Oh.
through the Rhine to get to the dwarves?
No.
No, we have to
No?
go through the doors to get to the Rhine.
Oh, okay.
You'd
Yeah.
have to go past.
Well, we gotta go
Past.
past. Yeah,
the
we gotta
dwarves
go
are
past.
right next to here?
The Rhine.
Next
the
to
Rhine.
Next to the Rhine, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just a short trip further.
Oh, we
down
might
the
find
Rhine.
donkeys and mules there, and our cast iron.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
And purity.
Purity. Maybe she found your cook set.
That would be cool. I've got some questions for her too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such as
Well, she did that little rock thing.
oh, magic-y questions.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm much less screamy hitty. It works for you, but
Oh no, it's
I've
fine.
got these little.
You asked her once before.
Mhm.
She told you that her powers come from her god.
That's right. That's right. I don't have a god. I'm godless.
Godless
she does
magician.
not necessarily know magical spells as much as she is imbued with power from her god. Much like Zilgrim.
Special.
Zilgrim has powers.
He's never mentioned it.
I'm
I
very
thought he showed up with a party frog, and that was just
Party frog.
brought the party frog.
Yeah, they used to make those Bud Lights that came in a ball, and just assumed he had a tap somewhere.
He's not big enough for that.
I don't know what the hell he is.
He's a frog.
Maybe he was full of like real booze, and it takes less. So
He's only ever leaked oil. Don't drink the oil out of the frog.
too late.
Frog.
We thought it was liquor.
So are you all heading to the Rhine first, or are you heading to
Uh,
the Dwarven Kingdom first?
Should
The
head to the Dwarven
Dwarven
Kingdom
Kingdom.
first.
Okay. You have a trip ahead of you,
Yes.
especially since you're walking.
Do you think we could
Point of order, I forgot. As they are standing up to leave the Vulcan Authority, the Feather pulls something back out of her cloak and sets it on the table and says, "You may need to be more careful than you think." And then they leave.
Before they leave, they said they know the Alberon Moving Company, right?
Yes.
Do you think they could help us hitch a ride from here to, like on one of their carts up to
The Dwarven Kingdom.
Up to the Dwarven Kingdom? Do they run a route?
Of course they do.
They run everywhere.
So
But it would really save us some time if
Give
we
him
could-
this. And he hands you a coin. You look, and it is a green coin with red splotches on it, just like their cloaks. And it is notched 15 times all the way around the edge.
I'm gonna look at that fabric that she put down.
It's not
I was about to say, I want to look at the thing she
Whatever.
put down for sure.
It's a piece of paper.
Oh,
What's it say?
It says, "Wanted for absent without leave and insubordination, Grug Iron Tusk, by the authority of the Temple of Cord."
Oh,
And it is-
you never checked back in.
And it is a mugshot of you.
When did you pose for that?
I don't know.
You never checked in after being found and told specifically to. You are assumed absent without leave. So,
When he finally does bite your nose off.
Off. Okay, off. I was about to say, he has bitten me so many times.
bite your nose off. So, you have your coin for basically one free ride
One free ride.
from the Alberon Moving Company.
She's got a ticket to not getting DCMA'd. Beatles. You can't sing those guys at all.
So,
I don't even know if we're allowed to talk about them.
you all head. I guess you all are headed out now to
Yeah.
the.
To the Alberon
To the
Moving
Alberon Moving
Company?
Company?
Yeah, get my stuff together, say my farewells to Moray, who I assume is not coming with us.
No, Moray gives you a hug and kisses you on the cheek and says, "Please be careful, but I have to
Too bad.
stay here."
Careful's not an
I'm gonna
option.
kiss her. All right and proper on the lips.
Good.
And then we're gonna split.
She's into it.
All right.
Yeah. She's way into it. You all head out. Are you heading out through the olive pit or are you heading out through the sewer exit?
Well,
The sewer exit goes to the port.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's not where the Alberon Moving Company
That's
is.
not where
It's
they
not.
are.
We
So,
should go out through the main door.
guess we
before,
go out.
Probably.
through the upstairs. It's daylight. It's probably fine. It's fine to travel that right now, right? Is there a reason why we shouldn't?
well, I
Group
mean,
might be
somebody's
saying-
got a fucking mugshot posted all over the city.
That's true. You. are one
You.
thing. Me?
Yeah, remember that time we failed at that time where we thought we were going to make you look like somebody, but we couldn't? What if we did that, but with
time I
him?
got chopped by that giant sword that came out?
Yeah,
of the
that
wall?
time. That time.
How can
remember
I
that
forget?
time. Yeah. Well, boy, there was a lot of blood loss. I could see you forget. We almost saw you die. What if we did that, but to him?
I'm sure it could work.
You know, let's make him look like somebody else.
What do you want to look like?
Anyone, not me. Just don't make my face too unique and noticeable. Like, as bland as you can.
Okay. I have to look at this spell, I guess, real quick. Because I don't think I can actually use... I can't use Disguise Self on someone else.
Oh, it's
No.
disguise self.
I thought it was a
minor
disguise
illusion.
kit.
No, I believe that would be minor illusion allows you.
Yeah, I thought
I
you
do
had
have Minor Illusion.
What does it say exactly?
Does anyone have makeup?
Make sure mine are illusion.
Clear sound object within range that lasts for the duration
I don't
of the
see why
illusion.
you-
Contouring can
Yeah, I mean, a
change
face.
anyone.
You could
Change
you
his
make it. Yeah,
face.
you could change his face. Absolutely.
But only for a minute.
For 1 minute.
Ooh.
What level is that spell?
It's a cantrip.
You can keep casting it.
Yeah.
Forever.
You can just
every
cast
minute.
it over and over
Okay.
and over. Just nudge me whenever it's about to run out, and I'll turn my face away so you can cast it again. So nobody
What do you
notices.
need to cast that cantrip? Is it just talk?
Oh, it's. I already have it.
Gotcha.
It doesn't
Cool.
use it up.
Neat.
Okay, well then
Alright.
I'll do that.
So, what do you make Garuk's face look like?
A squirrel.
I'm gonna
berry
make
pie.
him look like a very boyish elf, like very,
Okay.
you know, like fresh. You know, no, you know, not what he is.
Right.
basically.
Okay. Yeah, he
We're
takes
going
on
completely different species.
takes on the look of
Or a different race.
a very very young, very fresh elf.
Yeah.
All right, and you all head out.
Make haste.
I will say with that, you don't run into any problems on the way to the Alberon Moving Company. No one is paying much attention to you as you move through the streets, except for you, Gorna. Every now and again, as you're walking through the streets, from some rather well-dressed people, well-adorned people, every now and again tend to give you a look and a bit of a nod.
I just nod back.
Hell yeah, the bull stops here.
You all make it to the Alberon Moving Company. What would you like to do?
Well,
We should go in.
One of
let's
us-
go inside. I've got that coin, so I guess I need to talk to a manager or a guy behind a desk or any.
You see pretty quickly a guy with gloves sticking out of the back of his pocket. He's wearing. He's got suspenders on, and he's got a clipboard in his hand.
That's
He's,
the one.
That's the guy.
gnomish guy, completely bald on top, big tuft of white hair sticking out of either side. Seems to be writing on the clipboard. Turns to you and says, "Hey, Gray, what can I do for you?"
Well, we need to make an expedited trip to the Dwarven Kingdom, and I talked to someone who told me that you could help us get there, and I'm just gonna hand
You
him the
talked to someone that told you we could get you there. Ha, you did.
You did.
He throws the coin into his pouch and he grumbles something about money. And he says, "Alright, well, no shipments going in and out of the Dwarven Kingdom, but we take you to the Rhine."
That's pretty
It's
close.
next
pretty
to it.
close.
Yeah.
Right. Right, you get unloaded. And you see these two very well-built young human boys go. And they start pulling these really large, heavy boxes down off of the back of a cart.
Yeah.
And it takes them a minute.
I'm gonna help them.
Okay, it takes them significantly less time then. And the guy in charge walks over and says, "Hey, you sure you did not want a job?"
No, I've got a job, but hey, if I'm ever looking for some extra cash, I'll come move your heavy objects for you.
It pays well as long as I do not get many of these coins.
Yeah, no problem. That was my only one.
That was.
Right, in the cart with you! And he starts to make you basically shovel you all into the back of this cart that he
Well,
then throws.
doesn't
around.
look comfortable, but hopefully it'll be quick.
It
Thank
won't.
you.
You won't.
And you hear, and immediately you all are fucking off. You feel the cart shift, and yeah, it's a little hard to stay balanced for a second.
That's fine.
You all get moving. I would like everyone to make for me 3 dexterity saving throws for the duration of this trip as the Alberon Moving Company
They haul ass.
hauls ass.
I get advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects that I can see.
Okay.
Does that count?
You can see, sure, you can see the wagon. I'll give you this.
I don't
yeah,
know.
I'll give you that.
I don't know how I can get.
21, 6, and 8.
21, a 6, and an 8.
4, 3, 18.
18, 19, 19.
17, 17, 19.
16. What is that? Is that the 6 or the 9? That's actually 9. 9, 12. 14, 15. 16, 12, 15.
All right. Who got under a 12 and how many times? 2 and 2. Okay. You each take 7 bludgeoning damage as you are bounced around in the back of this cart. It is not. It's not a pleasant trip. Every now and again, the cart dips out from under you faster than you can fall and comes back up to meet you a couple of times, just bashing your spine or hitting your head.
We are too soft and magical.
It is.
The joke's on you. I'm not even standing up. I'm in the fetal position.
And it's just kind of bouncing around like a basketball top to bottom.
Popcorn.
Every now and again, one of you all has to dodge a
haywire.
Quinrin. It is an uncomfortable trip, but you do all manage to make it back to the Rind, and you pull in to a small station just outside of town, where there is there's a small road that leads just off the main road back to a warehouse that none of you have ever actually been to before because none of you traveled much further past the Ivory Goat.
Oh, hey, the goat's in this town.
It sure is. The goat is in this town.
I love the
And from here you can smell the
Sometimes you
food
wanna
cooking
go.
from the Ivory Goat. It is...
Really restaurant?
It has taken you a day to get here. They move quick. And it is, it's the morning time. It's not early morning, but it is still the morning time.
Well, I feel like the message is probably more important than breakfast.
Yeah, we should probably head straight to the Dwarven Kingdom.
By the way, you all are suffering 1 point of exhaustion.
Yeah,
as none
absolutely.
of
There was
you
no sleep
got
at all last
any
night.
sleep in the quickened ride, which is not too terrible, but 1 level of exhaustion gives you disadvantage on all ability checks.
Or what we could do is sleep. Sleep until the night, move under the cover of dark.
That's not actually a bad idea.
Well, you know, we might be being hunted by orthons, so...
That's an excellent idea, then.
I don't remember a lot, but when a fucking hunter has me marked, I guess I could probably pay a little bit of attention. Please don't laugh at me. We're in a dire situation here, sir, and you're just smiling.
I'm just listening.
So yeah, maybe a little sleepy sleep, probably some food, do some stretching, drink some water. We'll say our
We're here.
prayers.
Why don't we go to the port? To the
Yeah.
ship.
Go ahead and get that done.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically we could sleep on the ship.
Oh, yeah, for free.
There's no food there, though.
No.
There is no food.
We
there.
can eat at the goat still.
Yeah.
And nowhere else.
Wonderful.
Do none of you have rations?
I mean, I have rations.
one, but I
I
don't
have-
Why would
keep
you
it.
eat rations when the goat's
Right, it's like eating
there?
an MRE in your free time. Like, why would you do that to your
So-
guts?
Oh, my stepdad does that.
No.
What are you all?
He's a terrible.
What are
he's
you all
just-
doing now?
Oh, clearly,
I
we're
think
arguing.
Quinrin's.
Clearly, we're arguing.
Yeah, all right. I think Quinrin's plan sounds pretty solid. There's no reason for us to sprint all the way out there. Besides, we're no good if we're exhausted.
Right.
So, it's probably for the best. especially the idea of traveling at night seems like a great plan.
Right.
Between a wanted poster I definitely saw with your face on it and the indication that there might be large devils hunting us. So I think you're probably right.
Plus, we have time before then to deal with the boat fees if we want to during the day, because it's daytime still, right?
Yeah, it's morning.
Yeah, like it's still morning, so like we can get we could get the ship handled, and then go to sleep.
Thank you.
All right, let's go check out this dinghy.
All right. So you're headed to the dock.
Yeah, we're gonna look at Faye's
Okay.
dinghy.
Just making sure. All right. So yeah, you all make your way to the dock. You come out of the warehouse, and you head past the ivory goat. You can smell the food cooking from the goat. It smells outstanding, as it always does.
I'll be back, baby. Don't you worry.
And, you all pass through, making your way. You pass Jory. He's outside working. He gives you a wave as you all go by, and you get to the docks. And Quinrin, your blood runs cold.
I didn't even know I was allergic to the ocean.
You feel your stomach sink into your feet and your heart jump into
I think
your
I know what's
throat
happening here.
because you see, standing on the dock, speaking with Captain Orstrom, your father.
I'm not the only one with parental issues.
I don't have parental issues. I think my parentals are probably pretty pissed. But yeah.
You were supposed to write home at some point, weren't
I was
you?
supposed to go home a little over a month ago.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want me to like hide you?
I don't think that's a good idea. I think I should probably talk to my father.
Your dad's
That's
here.
brave.
You gotta go.
I don't got a nothing yet. He ain't seen me.
I mean,
Not as far as you know.
so I mean, your family's here. That should be exciting.
Well,
Reunion. Woo, 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 woo.
it is exciting.
What
Except
it's all
that-
about, baby.
What was that
Family.
boat ride? It was about a 2-week boat ride, and you don't normally just make those for leisure. I might have forgot to tell them that I arrived. I might have forgot to tell them I was still alive.
So they are here looking for you out of concern?
Well, we'll see. And I guess I'm gonna walk up to my dad.
Do you?
Hey, Pops.
I'm gonna hang back.
Yeah, me too. I don't
Just
know.
a little. I don't think I'm gonna go talk to Quinrin's dad unless you want help. Throw us a signal. Shoot us a high sign. A little, if you know.
We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break before Quinrin meets his dad.
I'm so excited.
We can get involved.
This is amazing.
But it's kind of a game of bits. At least the way I play. Anyway.
Just gotta feed my dad one of these beans, and everything goes away.
No more dad,
Including
no more
Quinrin
problem.
in chains.
Are those the beans that just?
The DM gets to like choose, doesn't he?
All right, so like,
Oh my gosh, that can't be a good thing.
It could
I
be.
still have no idea what it does either. I was asked not to look it up, and I did not.
Good.
I have zero ideas what could possibly happen. Actually, perfect time. I can plant one of these beans right now and try to hide from my dad and see what comes of it.
So,
plant it in the
Like
dog.
furiously.
you are
beans.
approaching, or you are standing there, looking at your dad speaking with Captain Orstrom on the dock of the Rhind. You are not there yet at the dock, but you are close enough to see him. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna look down at my left foot to make sure I've got my boot on nice and tight,
Uh-huh.
so that my dad cannot see the tattoo on it. And I'm going to keep stride. I guess we're gonna approach.
Okay.
So all of us?
You're
I'm
gonna.
I'm-
approach.
I mean, I'm gonna approach. You guys do what you do. I don't give a shit.
Are you in trouble?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever been grounded before. I can't remember being grounded.
Well, like I said, let it. We're just gonna hang back. If you want to talk to your dad by yourself, you know, if you want to introduce us, feel free. You know, I don't know if you're comfortable, like, introducing your polycule yet.
I'm gathering twigs off of a bush, just in my hand, like
Okay.
in counts of 7. I count to 7 and then I look. And then
What are the rest of you doing?
Very, very
are you two hanging
inconspicuous.
back, or
Not
are you-
eavesdropping at all.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill back.
Okay.
Well, if everybody else is hanging back, I will too. I'll just look
I'm
around.
scared
I'm gonna.
of this guy.
Can I pet Stabbert?
Yes.
So there's a
I pet him all the time. He's so cool.
group of folks standing in the middle of the street looking very inconspicuous. And Quinrin, you approach the dock.
Yeah,
And Orstrom notices you first.
he sure does.
And he holds up a hand to your father, and he points, and your father looks over at you. Make an insight check.
He's disappointed. He's not mad. He's disappointed.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Nat 1. He looks very happy to see you.
Yeah, he's not.
I'm sure that you have never been more sure in your life that your father is just happy you're alive.
Yes, I've also never been such a fool in my life.
You are
A fool of a took.
Take that. To
You
the
see that look in his eyes says, "Son, I love you. I've missed you. Please come give me a hug." And you're sure of this.
I mean, I'm not gonna not walk up to my father, especially after he's seen me. That seems super suspicious.
So,
You just
what do you-
walk up,
what
walk
do you
eyes,
say
turn
when you walk up?
around.
I'm going to embrace my father. I'm going to tell him.
You go to give him a hug, and he says, "What? No, stop! What the fuck?
So,
What the fuck? Quinrin.
yeah.
I don't know that I have the mental fortitude to explain everything that you have put me and your mother through at this time. What I do have the mental fortitude to tell you is that you and I are getting back on this boat, and we are going home to see your mother.
Maybe we should get some lunch. You look hungry.
Make a persuasion check.
I know
with
a
disadvantage.
really good place.
You're not yourself when you're hungry. That's not possible.
I rolled 11 ones in a row, counting the discount sale that I went
You
to
need new
before our
dice.
last stream.
What did you do?
I'm curious. I want you to try these real
You
quick.
need to like cleanse those items.
Bad vibes only.
He says,
I mean, a 4 and a 14, so it wasn't much.
"Yeah, we're much better." But he says,
Maybe it's
The
the
bad
tower.
vibes are in you.
Yeah.
"Quinrin, if you do not come with me this instant, I cannot guarantee that you will be able to come with me again."
So, and I'm going to look up at Orstrom. And gonna look back at my dad, and I'm gonna say, I don't think that's gonna work, Dad.
Quinrin, war has been declared,
I
and your mother and I have to go. Please, come home.
I'm gonna.
Recognizing the symbol, we're just going to step forward
And we're gonna go ahead and
next to Quinrin.
see what we have to do.
Subtle.
So, hey, Quinrin, we gotta get to the
That place.
to the port authority so we can talk to them about Finnegan's boat. Who are you talking about? Damn it! At this point, it's not even intentional.
So, like I told you guys, that's my dad.
Oh, hey, hello, Mr. Quinrin.
So,
Some shit I would say.
I guess back home, they got this war happening, and from the sounds of it, my family have to flee their homes.
Oh,
But I think
So why would you go back there?
We're not fleeing. We're part of this. I
You're
swore
fighting?
an oath long ago, and to that oath we must stay true. But we have to leave home.
so. We have a worm, a mountain swallowing worm.
so we're kind of busy, and it's with a lot of things. But first and foremost, if you're gonna go fight in a war, what do you need Quinrin? He's a cook.
How can I guarantee the safety of my family if I cannot tell where they are?
He's with us.
You know where he is.
Who, forgive me, the fuck are you?
There's no need
We haven't
for.
come up with a theme song yet, but
Gordon is a celebrity fighter.
Yeah, there's no need for the tavern language. It's
yeah, the bilge is that way. Respectfully, sir. Mr. Quinrin, sir.
If Quinrin comes with me, he will be under the protection of the government. If Quinrin stays here with you, of whom I know nothing, I can't guarantee his safety. And the safety of my family comes first. Quinrin, please. This has gone on long enough.
Well, tell him you're plenty safe. I'm the top pit fighter right here in town.
Madam, please.
I watched this guy kill an Orthon once.
Garuk's going to step forward at this point. Sir, with all due respect, he is well protected here. I'm going to slide out my amulet of cord.
Oh, make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Flash my piece.
Gotta see. Persuasion. 22.
He says, be that as it may, your god does not hold bearing on my government. Quinrin, We don't have time.
Father, I'm afraid that if I leave, not only this continent, but possibly the entire world suffers a fate worse than what we're looking at back across the pond. I accidentally became a part of something more than a small vacation and a boyish trip. And right now I think I'm in the middle of something bigger than me, and probably, most definitely, bigger than our family. And at this point, I don't think it involves or affords the opportunity to step away. I think if I waver from my course, many people will die. And I don't think that I could have that on my chest. I'd rather give myself up in an attempt than to run scared.
He leans in and he says, Quinn, we would love to have you back home and safe, but I'm afraid I've raised you to be too headstrong.
I mean, I'd still love to get lunch.
I'm sorry, Quinn. But truly, there is no time. Then he turns to Orstrom, and he gives Orstrom a nod. He turns back to you and he says, we will try to write to you when we can.
Any and everything that you can get to me through the Alberon Moving Company.
I don't think they exist on the Menagerie Coast.
No, they don't, but if you can get it here, they can get a hold of it.
We'll do what we can. Your mother and I love you very much. And he turns to Orstrom and gives him a nod, and they make their way onto Orstrom's ship. And they begin to pull the ropes, unlash the rigging, and his ship sets out.
Hey, Mr. Quinran, your son's a pretty kick-ass wizard.
Waves. Puts his hand back down. The ship disappears on the horizon. So, you are all left now standing in the morning sun on the dock of the Rhine with the ocean spray on your faces. Is there anything anyone would like to do before we end for the night?
Quinn, you doing all right?
I picked 14 twigs off the book. They're in my inventory.
Noted.
Spell components.
Well, I mean, as well as anybody can do that found out that there's war back home.
What's it over? What's going on?
We had about enough time to talk about why I needed to leave and then the part you were there for.
Gotcha.
So, I don't know.
Probably not a giant worm frozen in
Well, your
the ground.
family seems well off. I hope they'll be safe.
I do too.
It means to stay safe. And your father doesn't have to worry about you. I mean, heck, we're a dangerous bunch, and you're one of the most dangerous of us. I've seen you blow guys up.
I'm not worried about us.
I don't know why he's so worried.
Well, it's been a while. He doesn't know what I've been up to. I feel spoiled.
Let's go check on that ship and how much money we owe on it.
Now we're all sad and in debt.
Yep.
So it's just like real life.
Oh, wait.
So
no.
meta. Whoa.
So you all spend a little bit of time checking on your ship. You speak with the Port Authority at the Rhind. They inform you that your dues are paid up in full.
So what about keeping it here then?
Any further storage of the ship will be on you.
Okay.
But as of now, currently, it is paid up through the end of this this month.
Good deal.
And the monthly fee.
Monthly fee.
I would assume you have no information on who did this.
Sorry, we can't give that out. He wishes to remain anonymous.
So it's a he. That eliminates half of our suspects.
It eliminates a third of your suspects.
It eliminates an 18th.
And 8.
It eliminates some suspects.
It eliminates a minority.
So,
You can't say that.
you find out that your
Eliminates a minority.
ship is paid for the month to be docked. You can now either make your way to, well, you can go. Really, you can head to anywhere you want. You've been told the dwarves need informed. You've been
They are
told the Tabaxi
closest.
need informed. You've been told that Fidget Honeybottom is in Calnora.
Well, the first thing, my stomach has informed me that it is breakfast time. I'm headed straight to the Ivory Goat.
With that, you all make your way to the goat for some much-needed breakfast and maybe even a midday nap.
We could talk about this freaking ship that we got and what we're gonna do about it.
Rename it.
So what are you naming your boat?
The Big Fin.
And that's where we're going to go ahead and end it. That's perfect.
What is the monthly fee on
is that?
Is that
ship
one
slip?
N or two?
What's the monthly fee?
Yeah.
10 gold pieces.
10 gold pieces?
Yep,
Easy.
10 gold pieces a month.
That's cake. Why work?